I remember when VDI first came out, we were both connected to the same data center essentially. I had to suck it up with slow latency and keystrokes. Then eventually, system administrators and IT execs started to make things a little bit nicer, I think, for a worldwide workforce and start rolling out things that are more local. How is what you're talking about different to that?
If you think of a company like Netflix or Apple TV Plus, all of the streaming media folks, they actually have a hybrid multi-cloud infrastructure in place so that you're streaming from the edge of their computer network, right? So it deals with latency because they have hundreds of points of presence around the world. It's just that in the sort of the legacy sort of model of VDI, EUC, virtual desktops, whatever you want to call it, you had to deal with your own data center. Very few customers built colos around the world. They put equipment in branch offices trying to deal with the last mile latency issue. And today, with a hybrid multi-cloud approach, your last mile is actually a very low latency connection because you can use the worldwide computer, which is an interconnect between private clouds and public clouds on a worldwide basis.
Is that technology accessible to us today to be able to roll out? Like what does it look like for an IT exec that's doubled down and invested in VDI in the past and are looking to migrate to something like what you're describing?
Well, there's always work to do.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean, because I'm talking about an enterprise utility computing service that will take more time to actually completely come together. Mm-hmm. For example, at WorkSpot, we are a SaaS offering in terms of the control plane and how you actually manage the system and provision desktops and apps and provide permissions and identity and all of those things. But it'll run on any private cloud and the popular hyperscalers, public cloud. And it does it through a single pane of glass. People can be set up through that pane of glass in any number of points of presence around the world. So it exists today. We're one of the only companies that have that kind of a model. I expect there'll be more, coming, to the same conclusion that we came to, and that is you put the complexity of a system in a SaaS model that's multi-tenant so that it scales across hundreds and thousands of customers, but then allows them to run in their on-premise infrastructure or on hyperscale cloud infrastructure or any combination of the two.
How does that then marry up with iGel, for example, reducing TCO on the user end devices, and also really being concerned about having a secure environment where people are running?
Just like an electric utility requires appliances that get plugged in, an enterprise utility computing infrastructure requires appliances that plug in, and those appliances happen to need some type of operating system and a management infrastructure. And that's what iGel does. They are the appliance operating system for this computing utility. And so any device that is running iGel, you plug it into the network, and it will find your subscription to a desktop or app or whatever it is you're trying to get from the utility.